그래서 오늘 얘기 드릴 내용은 문법의 강박증, 내가 이거를 틀리면 말을 못하겠다 하는 것에 대해서 어떻게 극복을 해나갈 수 있을지 알려드릴 수 있도록 할게요. 첫 번째로는 틀리는 게 아무 말도 안 하고 생각하고 가만히 있는 것보다 훨씬 낫습니다. So what that means is many people are afraid to make mistakes when they speak. But if you think English is not your first language, if you're learning to speak English, if you do not make mistake, there is no point for you to learn English. You could just say I speak English. So that is not the case. I've seen that with so many of my students. They like I always repeat myself when I say this, but everybody is really good at English. They are good, but they're just so afraid to speak out of their mouth. And they're just so afraid to make any mistakes, so they started to stay quiet and then just listen instead of speaking. But that is the first thing or first fear that you have to overcome. Like listening is the first thing I always say, but if you are not ready to make mistakes and if you're not ready to put yourself outside of your comfort zone, that if you cannot do it, the English skill will not come to you. For example, I'm always giving this example to my students too. Exercise. If you have never exercised before, the first 1 month, even first week is the hardest thing to do because it's not in your daily routine. It's not in your biorhythm. So your body is automatically rejecting this new change and new challenges. Same thing for English. English is not about a language that you could study and then memorize the term. It is about a memory of your body that remembers the pattern, remembers the sound, remembers the sentence structures. If you work all things out, that helps you to speak better English. All right? So, let's see. How can you speak better? 틀리는 게 침묵하는 것보다 훨씬 낫다는 거는 침묵을 하는 제일 큰 이유는 사람들이 생각을 많이 하게 되죠. 아, 이렇게 얘기를 했었을 때, 이거 문법이 틀렸었을 것 같은데, 이거 과거로 얘기를 해야 되나? 미래인가? 이 동사로 얘기하면 이해가 될까? 너무 유치하게 말하는 거 아니야? All those things, everybody think of it. It's not just you. My students that I've taught always think the same. But what I want to say, don't worry about it. Make those sentences and let them come out of your mouth. That is the first practice. If you do, then from that, just the trying, it builds a lot of great synergy or it's just harmonized perfectly. So for example, if you overcame that fear of speaking the first sentence out of your mouth in front of the foreigners, that gives you the triggers to your mind and your brain that, I could do it. It's not that difficult, right? So those are the little changes that you could see in yourself. And if you stack those up, that is a very successful way for you to get your English skill better, all right? So if you're so busy worrying about making the mistakes grammar, from now on, after watching this video, I want you to stop worrying about those mistakes. Start thinking about what sentences, what vocabulary, what grammar do I know so I can speak English. So for example, if the foreigner asks you, where can I find Hongdae Station? Answer is very simple. In Korean, you will say, 저기로 가서 저기로 가면 돼요, right? So in English, it's the same thing. Over there and over there, just go there. That is a perfect sentence. But what people wants to do is they're always thinking, you need to go there. You need to go there. Yeah, that is a perfect grammar, but you don't have to say it like that. You can just say, go there, go there, go there. If you could make those sentences, people who speaks English understands you perfectly fine. It's much better than not saying anything. Imagine this, if somebody comes up to you and say, hey, where can I go to Hongdae Station? If you stay quiet for more than 2-3 seconds, your mind's already shaking, getting nervous, you might be sweating a little bit, then Other person who asked you question, the foreigner feels the exact same way. Oh no, I am feeling nervous too. Maybe he doesn't speak English. I don't know what to do, right? If you repeat that over and over, your body remembers it, and what happens? You are more scared to try next time. But if you change that and say, go there, and go there, the person will just probably say, hey, thank you for telling me, thank you. Or might ask you another question, can you tell me more? But that's okay, because once you speak the first sentence out of your mouth, I promise you, your body will know you will want to speak more than before. If you think about it, just the whole purpose of the language is a conversation. Just to talk to other person, to get that other person's feeling, just sharing your expressions, just sharing your day, just any basic little stuff that you do, even from a baby until you're an adult. That's what you need to do. So what do you need in conversation? Conversation, you need two partners. So you need to talk to that person so that person talks back. But one of the big fear that you always have, many of my Korean students have, is that they're afraid to make any mistakes, so they don't speak it, right? That in that case, it's not a conversation, it becomes a test. You're thinking too much in your head and be like, oh, this is the right grammar, so I want to speak. But usually, if you're thinking about the grammar, trying to make those sentences out of your mouth, it will take you more than at least 2-3 seconds. Then the conversation is finished. Like, if somebody asks you, how are you? That 3 seconds, it was shorter than 3 seconds, but even watching you in that video are thinking, oh, that's very awkward. 되게 어색하네, right? So, how are you? I'm good. You? That is a perfect way. Then that person can carry on. Oh, I'm okay too. What did you do? I played yesterday. Where did you go? I went to my parents' house. Or I went to the kids' cafe with my kids. See, those are the things, just like I went kids' cafe with kids. If you just say that, that's just a conversation. So very first thing is, making mistake is much better than stay silent. All right, so that is the first thing that you should remember.